Yeah, it was a great win for the Spurs. Little Spurs. Um, Game five, I didn't have a real good game. Pre-game, I was a little distracted. Got another political conversation. Things got a little heated, and missed the whole, first half. Really feel like I let down the team. But going into Game 6, I was focused. I was ready to go. I just had to get it back. I really, people want to talk about my contribution to the win, but I look at like Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker and Twin Towers, the Admiral Timmy. Their biggest stat was always their assists, and I feel like that's the big win here is the number of assists here, and not about the points I scored or whatever. And it's about bringing it home for San Antonio. I mean, hell, you look at we got TLC here, who's made in San Antonio and $10 cheaper than Tito's. HEB, big supporter. Lots of line. Really helped me out to make it through. But we got to throw it back out to it's about guys that are hungry. You got guys that came in from foreign countries, France, for example. Tony was a French guy. Wimbe, allegedly from France. I guess that's where the aliens landed. I don't know. One time I worked with a teacher, and she was French, and she floated in my classroom, and she told me, she said, I don't know the word in French for Marine, and very sarcastically I retorted, but I bet you do know how to say we surrender in German. And that pretty much ended our conversations. And I just want to apologize for that. I feel like if they would have had guys like Wimby and Tony on the first wave, at the Minot line or at Belgium, they might have repelled the Germans altogether. Same way they did with Minnesota. But yeah, I really feel like we suited up. We got our pregame right, and made it good. Am I a hero? No, I'm not a hero. I'm just a humble servant of the community. You look at Pop. Air Force Academy guy. He's a vet. Showed up for the guys at practice and such, and I just feel like I'm upholding that tradition. I'm a steward, if you will, of the Spurs tradition, and didn't really uphold that in Game 5, but I feel like in Game 6, I made it happen. Some guys really messed up my parlays. All of a sudden, Champagne opened up the damn 3-hole and started draining it like it was cool. I hadn't done that in Game 4, Game 5, and tonight decided to open it up. And but I'll take that loss for the team because it's all about the guys. It's not about me. It's about what's best for the Spurs. So many things. Look at the guys that came off the bench to play. Some of those guys from Minnesota felt really close to those guys. Number 4, Beer Belly and such. Felt like Grandpa came off the bench and he's playing for the old Keggers. The Mons Krugerman, as we say in New Braunfels. But it's a great run, great series, and really look forward to seeing what happens to OKC. I think we're really going to bring the Thunder there. We're going to bring the Thunder to the Thunder. Anyways, man, go Spurs.